Hey guys, my name is Tia and I wanted to share this fun Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette look with you today. If you don't know what that is, Jaclyn Hill is a great YouTube makeup artist and she came out with this palette of her favorite colors. It's a beautiful set with Morphe Brushes a while ago. I've had it for a couple months now and I really love playing with all the fun warm colors, and I just thought I wanted to try do a video and share it with you. So I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, so today we're starting out with foundation and I'm using a NARS foundation. It's the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Light 2 or Mont Blanc. I'm also using a Morphe M439 brush. This is my favorite foundation brush I have ever used. It's synthetic bristles, so it really puts all the product on your skin. I used to use a sponge for foundation and it would eat up so much product. And especially when you're spending, $50+ a bottle on foundation, you want to make sure that it lasts a good long time. So I use the foundation brush and that really helps. And these brushes are great price. This is only like $14 for this brush as opposed to some of the more expensive brushes. This is still that great quality, professional quality brush, but with that great price as well. And you can see you don't need a whole lot of product to cover your whole face. And this foundation is great. It feels so lightweight and it's just really nice on my skin. I have combination skin. My T-zone gets very oily, especially in the summertime like it is now, and then real dry on my cheeks, and I get some hormonal acne around my chin area, so I'm kind of acne prone as well, and this doesn't make me break out. Sits great on my combination skin, and I really have liked it so far. I've had it for probably about 3 weeks. This is my last Sephora run. I got this one and I really like it, so good deal. Next I'm going to do some concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade Light. It's number 10, you can see there. I'm using a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender as well. I'm going to use that to blend this out. But I'm just going to put some underneath the eye here. Just kind of pack it on. I got some pretty good dark circles under there, so I'm going to put a good bit of product and just kind of swipe it around, do it on both sides here so we can get some product on there and then blend it out. Put a little on the eyelid as well. You'll see me do that here in a second, just to prime the eyes for eyeshadow that we're going to do later. I have lots of veins in my eyes, my eyelids, so I like to do that too to cover up some of that veininess. I'm just going to blend out with the Beauty Blender. It's a damp Beauty Blender. It really helps it to blend out very seamlessly. And you really just have to blend. And the Beauty Blender is great because it really picks up any extra product that you have on your skin. It just gives you just enough to cover, which is so nice. This concealer is very nice. It's a drugstore product, but it sits really well, and it comes in a whole bunch of different shades, so no matter what skin tone you are, you'll find a shade that'll match your skin. That's why it's called Fit Me, right? But you got to keep blending to kind of avoid some of that creasiness underneath. Try to blend mostly from the outer corner to inner corner, and then I kind of just spin it around in the inside corner. My eyes are hooded, so I have a little extra that sometimes gets in that inner corner, so I have to spin it around a little bit. You can see going from out to in there. Looks good. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder. This is one of those fun multicolored powders where it's got the blue, yellow, pink, and green. You kind of swirl it around. I'm just using a random Mary Kay powder brush. It's just a loose powder brush, but you can use any small crease brush or anything like that to put this on. And I'm just tapping it a little bit into my under eye area and on my lid a little bit just to set that concealer. And then I'll go back in and go around my nose and my chin a little bit just to set that all in there. And I did notice after I was done filming that I forgot to go back in and powder my whole face. And I usually do that with another powder, but I'll show you that on another tutorial. So next up is brows. So this is just an NYC eyebrow pencil. They only come in one color, or I've only seen them in one color, just at Target. And I skipped over it so you don't have to watch me do my brows. Kind of boring. But I'm using the e.l.f. palette too. After I filled in with the pencil, I go back in with just the powder. There's like a wax and a powder in this kit, and I just use the powder to kind of fill in the spots, because you kind of do light strokes with the pencil and then fill in with the powder to kind of set it a little bit more. And this is an Ardell eyebrow brush. I got this at Sally's, super cheap, but such a nice eyebrow brush. I'm gonna brush it out with the spoolie here after using the pointed end. There you go. Up next is the bronzer. So I'm just using an e.l.f. bronzer here. It's kind of light and I need a darker one for summer, but it's nice. This is the Luxie 504 large angled brush. It's real soft and fluffy, super nice. I got this in an Ipsy bag a while back and I've really liked it ever since. And I love pink, so you can't go wrong with that. So I just kind of suck in my cheek a little bit and go from my ear to the corner of my mouth, and then kind of do a little bit of blending up on my forehead, almost in that C shape you see there, and just kind of blend it up too. Next is blush. I'm using the Hikari, I think that's how you say it, Tango blush. This is a really fun, like bright summery pink shade, and I'm just using a Mary Kay mineral foundation brush. This has kind of just been my blush brush for a while. It works pretty good blending things out, especially if you're using a blush like this one, where just a little bit will make your cheeks super pink, very, very pigmented. So I'm using the brush to be able to kind of blend it out a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of like a super duper dark blush, especially on my skin, so I like to just blend it out. Next, I'm just going to take some black eyeliner. This is the CoverGirl Perfect Point. It's got a little spongy thing on the other end that I don't really ever use. But just a little black eyeliner. You can see it's getting to the end of its life there. But just putting that in the lash line. And so here is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm using a Morphe M200 brush to go in with my first color. I'm going to use a highlight shade. It's in that upper corner, kind of a champagne-y type color, and then I'm just going to put that under the brow there, and then I'll go back in and put a little bit of that on my inner corner, and you can use a smaller brush if you have one. I couldn't find mine to do it, so I just use that same M200 brush to do that today. And then next, with that same brush, I'm going to go in with a kind of light brown, and I'm struggling to get the palette in the recorder here. So use that light brown color and pack some on my brush there, and then just work that into the crease. So kind of follow the line of your eye in kind of a rainbow motion there, and just work it in and really blend, 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 blend. And then I like to kind of put a little circular motion on the outside of the eye, just because I tend, especially on that side, to get more on the inside. I'm left-handed, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but especially on that first side, I like to make sure I do little circular motions just to get a little bit more on that outside corner there. So next I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade. This one has little flecks of a sparkle in it almost. I think they're kind of goldish, so it's kind of a fun in between, like a matte and a sparkly shade, so it's a really pretty shade. And I'm just going to kind of work that in my crease and kind of down onto my lid. And so next I've got this Shadow Crease Duet brush by Crown, and I'm using the fat side. There's a little tiny like pencil brush side and a big fat side that you can see there, and I'm using that. And then this corner shade is kind of a orangey, almost tangerine, but it's kind of a shimmery shade. And I'm just gonna pack that on. And this brush is great because it helps blend out some of that eyeliner that we did before, and so you don't get a super heavy smoky look. This is something fun that I would just wear out and about, you know, going shopping with the girls, or even to a special event at work. I work at a university, so if we have a big group event or I have to do a presentation for students, this would probably be something that I'd wear. Just kind of fun, not super dark. But you could absolutely add like a gel liner on top, and fake lashes, and do it up for night too. Add a little bit more sparkly on there as well. And if you're like me and you tend to get fallout, you know, that'll probably will happen a little bit, but it's not too hard to get rid of. And I'm going to go back with that M200 brush by Morphe, and I'm just going to kind of blend that. There isn't really any product left on that from before, and see a little bit of fallout that I was talking about there, and so I'm just blending all those colors together. See, I'm kind of watching TV too. So yeah, I go back in with the Beauty Blender, and it's still damp, and it's got a little bit of concealer on it, so that really helps to clean up those corners there. And I pulled, which is, you're not supposed to do that to your eyes, but yeah. Anyway, going back in, I'm going to go with that same CoverGirl black liner, and I'm going to line my waterline. And doing this in the camera is like way harder than it looks, so I was having a little bit of trouble with the waterline there, but there, I finally got it. So all the way across there, and just get it all on that waterline on both sides. So this still stays really good, and for drugstore liner, it's actually very nice. I've had this one for a while, and I really like it. Next, I'm using the B75 brush. This is kind of a flat definer brush, and I'm just going along in the same order that I used the colors on the top lid. I'm just going to blend out that bottom lash line. So I'm using that lightest brown right now on both sides. And then I'll go back in with that medium brown with kind of the sparkly flecks in it. And I just work those all along the bottom lash line. And you really should blend, you know, until it's kind of seamless. And then the last color I'll go in with is that kind of sparkly orange color, and I just do it kind of mostly along the outside corner, and just drag it just a little bit towards the inside. And see, it's kind of bugging my contacts there. So next we're going to use this medieval torture device known as an eyelash curler. I hate these things, and they're terrible, and it was awful doing it in the camera, but we got those all curled on both sides. I usually go through a couple times and squeeze on them just to get them curled. And I have pretty long eyelashes, so it takes like 3 pumps through to get my eyelashes curled. I'm using a Kors mascara. I got this at TJ Maxx. They don't sell it at Sephora anymore, unfortunately, but it's an amazing mascara. It's real lightweight, so it doesn't leave like huge clumps, and this is in obsidian black, so it's a pretty nice black mascara. It's got like volcanic ash or something in it, but I really like it a lot. And then last I'm going to go in with this Extreme Matte Lip Tint by, let's see what the brand is here, Jaclyn. It's called Pure Lust. So it's kind of fun. It does dry matte, which I'm not a huge fan of because it makes your lips kind of feel dry, and I tend towards having drier lips. And I do exfoliate them usually before I put lip product on. I just didn't today. But it's nice, and I let them dry there. And then I'm going to add this Menthol Lip Shine. It's just CO Bigelow from Bath & Body Works. I love their lip glosses. I'm super duper sensitive to what I put on my face, and my lips especially. I'll have allergic reactions to things. So I love their lip glosses because they don't really bother my lips at all. But there's that look, and thanks for watching.